Alright folks, welcome back. Today we've got a nice custom Colt here, built by really an industry legend, Paul Liebenberg, Pistol Dynamics. A little bit about Paul. He's a South African native. He knew Claudio Salasa. Claudio, of course, has been building high-end pistols for many years. Has worked for Briley for many years. Paul Liebenberg got his start in '83. He came to the States and started building pistols for none other than Pachmayr Gunworks in California. He naturally honed his skills there and got a little polished. I believe he was building pistols before he came to America. This pistol here is one of the earlier, I call it earlier because Pistol Dynamics, Paul started it in the late 80s in LA. When he stopped working for Pachmayr in Pachmayr's shop, he did contract work for Pachmayr for years after he left, several years, building pistols that were Pachmayr's in his shop. This pistol was probably built in 97 or 98. The barrel is a Barstow dated 97 on the feet. So it's a busy history. He came to the States in '83, opened his own shop in LA in '86, and went to work for Smith & Wesson and developed the Performance Center in '89. I'm not really clear when he left Smith & Wesson. I think he was a consultant for them for a number of years, even after he wasn't working under their banner. He was responsible for a lot of the great custom guns that came out of the Performance Center in the early '90s, and the integration of the Briley spherical bushing into Smith & Wesson's autoloaders. And he was integral in the development of the 40 Smith & Wesson cartridge, which was immensely popular in the 90s and early 2000s with law enforcement and USPSA shooters and whatnot. Paul then opened his shop in Florida in 2001. So this pistol being late 90s, I'm not really sure where to say this pistol was built. Was this built in California at that shop? Was it built while he was working for Smith & Wesson? I'm not sure. The timeline is not super clear in the late 90s. But the barrel is signed with Liebenberg's signature. The grips say Pistol Dynamics. They are Nil grips, which Liebenberg liked quite a bit. Carl Nil, German grips. And they are his brand on the inside. The pistol is nice and tight, smooth. Again, it does have a Barstow barrel, which he used quite a bit. Of course, would have used that at Pachmayr. Later guns of his up when we get into the 2010s, 20-teens, the barrels were marked Pistol Dynamics. So I'm not really sure when he stopped using Barstow marked barrels, but it was probably about the time he set up shop in Florida. This one does have his token tombstone bushing or coffin shaped bushing, and that's done to hold in the linear dovetailed front sight. So the front sight dovetails in from the front, and then the bushing has a little extra flange there to hold it in. Bomar rear sight with the low mounted and protected leaf. Bomar is nicely dehorned. The gun has the Pachmayr style slide stop. It is a Colt slide stop that has been Pachmayr, so they reamed that out and put an oversized pin in the arm of the slide stop. Of course, you can't miss Liebenberg's signature beaver tail. Nobody does them quite like he does. They're narrowed slightly into the frame to allow a little more knuckle clearance on the sides. They're very wide, and they wrap around the hammer spur in the cocked position, which should make it pretty comfortable to carry that way. What else about this gun? Of course, it's got some interesting checkering on the front. Not a full wrap checkering, just a kind of a panel of very sharp checkering there, and sharp checkering on the arched mainspring housing as well. We'll pop this gun open and show you the other feature here. We see a Pachmayr wide link, full length guide rod. That is a two-piece arrangement. But the Pachmayr wide link was naturally a carryover for Paul, one he was very accustomed to using coming from Pachmayr. And of course you got an extended ejector, aftermarket extractor, all that jazz in there too. But you can see here the polished slide stop pin is oversized. I believe I measured this one at like 203 or 204, and that was done to clean up the frame hole and to make it perpendicular to the travel of the slide and barrel in recoil. That's really about it about Paul and his guns. He is still in business in Florida. My understanding is he's pretty backed up. I don't know that he's taken work in recent years, but he's certainly an industry icon because of his work on pistols and his developments in the industry. I did read on his website that he is working on a legacy plan, passing on the Pistol Dynamics name to someone who he's got working in his shop with him, conceivably apprenticing and learning this skill to carry the mantle forward when he does eventually retire. So look forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what comes out of that shop after that mantle is passed on. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and learning a little bit about this pistol and Liebenberg. Please subscribe to the channel, share the video with any of your gun friends, and thanks for following along. Appreciate it.